Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Psychic Samira and this is going to be a reading for Sagittarius. So if you felt guided to watch this reading, there must be a message here for you. And you can have Sagittarius, you can have your sun, moon, or rising in Sagittarius. Let us see, we have Two of Pentacles in reverse. Indecision, but I also felt guided to turn it around. So going from indecisiveness to being decisive, from confusion to clarity. We have the Six of Swords in reverse. So I feel like here it's admitting to some kind of truth of the matter, and the truth itself might be unpleasant. And I feel like this is something that you are already doing, or something that has already happened. So for example, you felt something off about your friend, and for a while you did not want to admit to that feeling, but then you chose to see things for what they are, and you chose to admit, okay, this is how I feel something is off. And despite this, you admitting to it might be not pleasant in of itself. I feel like this is going to lead to improvement. So seeing the truth, seeing the situation for what it is ultimately going to be beneficial for you. We have Four of Pentacles upright, Three of Pentacles in reverse. You can also always choose to stay in the comfort of delusion, to ignore the red flags, to ignore the unpleasant emotions and messages and clues and situations, and kind of choose to stay in this oblivious ignorance, but blissful ignorance. This is always a choice if you choose to see reality or not. And temporarily, in the moment, it might feel more pleasant to ignore the unpleasant truth. But in the long run, admitting to certain things that are unpleasant, seeing reality for what it is ultimately going to be much more beneficial for you, is ultimately going to lead you to much more comfort and true pleasure and true well-being and true peace. Okay, so it's almost like, if the house is on fire, it might be unpleasant to admit that it is on fire, because something will need to be done, because it will mean change, uncomfortable change. But ignoring it for the sake of staying in the comfort of everything is fine is not gonna work out well. It's not gonna end well. Okay, so this is what I see here for you. This is what you're being encouraged to realize, and realizing this will allow you to move forward through a lot of situations that otherwise you would get stuck in. So admitting that you feel something off from your friend might allow you to move on from that friendship and pursue something better, instead of staying in this toxic cycle. Because denying there is something off and staying in this toxic cycle is just almost like this initial sense of confusion that I feel. You're kind of you kind of know the truth, but you decide to not admit to the truth, and you're running in circles in situations that are not ideal, that you don't need to stay stuck in. We have Two of Wands, and again, moving on from these situations, admitting to unpleasant truths, moving on. We have with the Two of Wands, there is like this whole world is available to this individual. He's looking at the globe, and there's so many true possibilities that become available to him because they choose to move through. They choose to not stay stuck in something that is ultimately not working for them. Thus, they're able to pursue so much more, and things that do actually excite them, do actually work for them, do actually feel healthy. So what kind of truth do you need to admit to? Is there something you're denying because it feels unpleasant? It might be especially, if you, for example, if you have been involved in something for a very long time, involved in a marriage, involved working a job, and you got used to this and it is familiar and you are kind of settled into it, but there's something off about it, or you have outgrown it, but it is uncomfortable. It will mean so many things will have to change if you admit that you don't feel happy there anymore, for example. So you might be choosing to deny that you don't feel happy anymore for the sake of maintaining this stability and comfort. But again, doing so keeps you stuck in these cycles where there's so much more for you to experience. This temporary discomfort of admitting to the truth will lead to much more freedom in the long run, much more satisfaction in the long run. We have the Emperor, King of Pentacles in a reverse. And again, if this relates to a relationship and you are in a relationship with somebody that you're not exactly happy anymore, but you are staying in that relationship because you feel like maybe this is the best I can get, I feel like there's something better that you can actually get, because we have the King of Pentacles and the Emperor. The Emperor is the major arcana. The energy is much more powerful. So staying stuck in this situation makes this one an upgrade, something much more fulfilling, impossible, because you're preoccupied with this. So admitting to the truth and saying, you know what, this is not working for me anymore, allows you to move forward, to move on and find something more fulfilling. Okay? Sagittarius, I feel like this is your message. We have the Two of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Moon. So again, I feel like this might relate to a romantic union, kind of realizing that it's time to move on. Potentially even you know somebody else that you would like to pursue, but there's a lot of uncertainty. And what I know for sure is that staying stuck in the situation that is not satisfying is not the answer. Be honest with yourself, okay? Be honest with yourself. We have the King of Wands in reverse. We have Temperance initially in reverse, but I felt guided to turn it around. And again, the same principle of lack of balance turned into balance, lack of clarity turned into clarity. And I feel like what this is speaking about is this is your decision. This is a decision that you can make. You can make this decision to obscure your own vision and kind of pretend you do not know what the reality is, or you can be brutally honest with yourself and potentially admit to some kind of unpleasant truth. But in the long run, this is going to be so much more fulfilling and satisfying and beneficial for you, okay? Sagittarius, this is what I have for you. And I really hope this reading resonated. Please consider liking and subscribing, leaving a comment. If you would like to get your personal reading, you can find the link for that in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.